as we know and as we see here where we are standing right now, in the last years we saw really extreme events in the Alps with a lot of damage also, I mean even casualties. And we know from risk managers that some of these events took them by surprise. So that means we see an intensification of events. We see more compound events, so that means, for example, storm and rain combined. We see that our landscape is more and more damaged by hazards. For example, in the Alps, protection forest is damaged, which increase furthermore the risk for further hazards and impacts. So there is something happening, and the risk management, which is usually very well organized, is not prepared for these changes. And we know that many of these changes are due to climate change. So the motivation is simply to first to understand what changes are we observing, where are they coming from, and how can we better prepare and deal with these changes.
I say the Alps are a time machine. So we see the same kind of climate changes we also see in the lowlands, but they're happening at twice the speed, so they're happening faster. So one of the most important things for the entire Alps is that intense precipitation gets more frequent. And in some inventories in the Northern Alps we see here we have 2 times as many intense precipitation events that we had 100 years ago or something like that. The important thing for me as a geologist is that 2 times as many rainstorms can mean in some cases like 10 times as many sediment. So what we can see in the Alps that we have, because it's so steep and we have so many loose materials, an increase in rainstorm activity like increases the frequency of debris flows and landslides, and that is quite an issue. The second thing we get is it's getting warmer, and this we can see best in an altitude between 2,000 and 3,000 meters where we have glaciers and permafrost. And both are responding quite heavily. So for glaciers we can see this retreat, and we had something like more than 3,000 glaciers 20-30 years ago, and if we go to 2050 and 60 we probably have something like 50-60 active glaciers left. We're looking at things that are happening very fast, but they will also happen in the lowlands at a lower speed. So studying these things in the Alps can prepare us to better adapt to climate change.